Alright, just gonna give a quick tour of the Jade Industries Nimbus exploration craft. So this is just part of um, Logan's exploration craft challenge. This one is just purely Deimos and Stroud, but this is going to be the tour. So coming in from the landing area, we are immediately inside of a Deimos engineering bay. Off to the right, we do have another engineering bay. I believe it's engineering bay A. Heading over here, we can go ahead and head down into the cargo hall. And in the back over here, there's just another cargo hall. I figure this is a very long exploration craft for long expeditions, so they're gonna have plenty of storage for their for all the things that they need, all their necessities for these long flights. Heading back up, let's go ahead and head into the bay area. So heading back there is where most of the I guess like the science is going to be happening. There's going to be a lot of more of the technical aspect of the ship back there. And then heading more towards the front is where the living space is. So let's go ahead and look at the living area first before we go ahead and explore the back of the ship. So in the front, we are immediately entering the mess hall. We are going to go ahead and get to be part of the main communal area. This is where everybody can get together, just have a couple of meals, etc. Heading in the back, past the kitchen, is where we will actually come into the living space. So this will be the Deimos living quarters. This is where, you know, another communal area for a lot of the crew. They can just meet together, relax, etc. And off to the right and to the left of this will be the main sleeping quarters. I like the Stroud all-in-ones. I think they look the coziest. They have a nice array of beds, etc. It's a very nice have, in my opinion. I love these four. They're all-in-ones. There's the all-in-one A and then the all-in-one B on the opposite end. Same thing, just a little bit brighter. Come back into the living quarters, and then coming through here in this little area, we will go into the science lab where they can go ahead and do a lot of science. And then over here is the infirmary and to take care of the crew. Of course, you know, they're gonna need something to take care of them. Felt pretty good keeping them next to one another, you know. Go ahead and have the pharmaceutical lab email. This one also has a pharmaceutical lab. Kind of figure this is where they can kind of craft everything before going over there. So let's go ahead and head to the back of the ship. Now the back of the ship again is where most of the meat of the ship is, you know, like the computer cores, engineering bays, etc. But heading back here, the first tab that we enter is going to be a engineering bay from Deimos. I personally love this bay. I think it's a really neat hab overall, especially with this little thing going on in the middle. Kind of feels like the heart of the ship, so that's why I put it in the middle. Heading over here, we have access to one of the control stations. Just a lot of the, you know, the tech side of the ship, and then just a little closet, you know, a little storeroom right there. Heading over to this side, we will go ahead and immediately enter another storeroom that is connected into a computer core. I love Deimos' computer core. I think it looks pretty sweet, especially if you're trying to put in more technical looking habs. You know, it's not very useful, but you know, it can make the ship kind of feel a little bit more alive, a little bit more real. Up there will be where most of there will be a battle station along with some other technical habs. We'll go ahead and explore that right now, but first let's go back here. So back here is just another cargo hall. It will be set on both sides with computer cores. Just kind of felt that it looked pretty neat. I like these as well. I like using computer cores. Just kind of just view it as like the main heart of the ship. You know, the thing keeping the ship running. And the cargo hall, just in case they need anything to keep any of this stuff running. So let's go ahead and head up to the cabin area. we enter a companionway where there will be 3 doors. Climbing up the ladder will immediately set you over here into the battle stations, and there is the actual cabin, the Kontiki Bridge, the larger one. Battle stations, just because it kind of feels like you can kind of map out your next expedition, even if it's a battle station, whatever. Over here is just another engineering bay from Stroud, just to give it a little bit more realness, you know, make it a little bit more grounded. Same for back here, just another computer core. I just like the way that this stuff looks, so. If you ever do build this ship, I already recorded the building process of it all. I'm just going to start doing that from now on. You could go ahead and just swap out many of these habs for, you know, more useful habs, but that's the entirety of this ship. Let's just do a quick flyby of the entire thing so we can kind of get a good look at it. So this is going to be the actual ship. I did add some of that jade green. You can't really tell because of the filter currently on the actual world space. It does tend to affect like the actual colors that are present on the ship, but once I get out into orbit and we're in a more cleaner filterless space, then we can go ahead and see it a little bit more. But this is the entirety of the ship. You know, I did add a lot of greebling. I added a lot of the decorative EM weapons just because I kind of think that they look like you know, radar arrays and stuff like that, like sensors. So they are present on the ship, including some decorative shields there. There you can see another decorative EM. That one does not work, but the railguns, those are functional, so those will work. You can see some of the fuel tanks. There's another actual functioning EM. Another decorative shield there. Just kind of looks like a radar dish. That's why I like using it. And then the engine setup. You know, I actually really like the way that the grav drives look using them like that. I may end up trying to put some pipes in there just to kind of make it look like it's being directly connected to the engines. But yeah, that's a tour of the Nimbus for Jade Industries challenge.